5.06 kilometre Marina Bay circuit in Singapore, just 142 kilometres from the equator, home of Formula One's original night race. 61 laps of this place makes for the longest race of the season at just under 2 hours. The specially made pit straight is a DRS zone. The opening sequence of corners is an S's. Approach turn 1 known as shears at 310 kilometres an hour, braking to 126 for the apex. Then a curve to the right and 3 as a left at just 83 kilometres an hour. Now we get out onto the highway, Republic Boulevard. Head down through the kink of 4, reaching 261, braking to 121 for the right at turn 5. Onto Raffles Boulevard. This is the fastest part of the circuit coming up. 320 kilometres an hour or 200 miles an hour on narrow streets through the flat-out kink at turn 6. DRS wide open here, then a massive 5G of braking to slow the car down to 111 for Memorial Corner, turn 7. A blast of acceleration on Nickel Highway takes the cars to 205. Then it's hard on the brakes for turn 8, just 69 kilometres an hour. Then it's back up to 191. The Padang stage for rock concerts is on our left. Braking for the left-hander at 9, 115 kilometres an hour on the apex. Along St Andrews Road at 276, past the National Gallery on the right and into turn 10, known as Singapore Sling, at 115 kilometres an hour. The section between turns 11 and 13 has been reprofiled for this year, which means the cars go along Fullerton Road on the left, cross the famous Anderson Bridge built in 1910 at 167 kilometres an hour. The 110 km an hour turn 13 left-handed hairpin is now wider than before to encourage closer racing. Now we're on to Esplanade Drive, crossing the Singapore River. Build up speed to 285 kilometres an hour. Turn 14 almost meets turn 8, diverting off right at 78 kilometres an hour onto Raffles Avenue. This is the most technical part of the circuit, the sequence of mostly blind corners from turns 15 to 19. It's innovative too, as the cars pass under the grandstand. Sometimes they hit the barrier on the right-hand side as they turn left into 18 at 80 kilometres an hour. That can trigger a safety car. Turns 19 and 20 bring them back around the grandstand to turn 21, where you're only really fast if you brush the wall on the outside. Past the Singapore Flyer, a 165-metre high Ferris wheel and a real Singapore landmark. The final corner pairing, turns 22 and 23, are taken flat out at 180 kilometres an hour. That's a lap of Singapore, tough on the brakes with 25% of the lap spent braking and no chance to cool them. Tough on the drivers too, with little time to rest in the